Bleach Grimjow Jaggerjax, the cool cat king of Hueco Mundo, has finally returned to reclaim his former glory as the true king of the Arrancar. This week's chapter was really exciting. Not only did we get to see the return of Grimjow, but we also saw the return of another famous Arrancar and two former members of Execution, the Fullbringer organization. This week's chapter was real simple. Basically, it was Ichigo meeting up with some old friends and enemies, teaming up as they get ready to storm the Soul King's palace and go up against the Quincy leader, who it seems like has attained some truly godlike power by the end of this week's chapter. It almost seems as if he's actually absorbed the Soul King himself, and they've truly become one being. That's a great way to end this week's chapter, and it just feels so ominous and amazing. But the best thing about this week's chapter by far are all of the cool cameos. Not only is Grimjow back, but we also get to see the return of Nell. She actually jumps out of nowhere like a ninja of cuteness and glomps the hell out of Ichigo. What I really love about this scene is, one, we get to learn that she has this brand new armband, which allows her to freely transform between her adult forms and her child forms. And obviously, I think we all want her to stay as an adult. She looks awesome and badass. Not only that, but it's just really funny that when she makes that first appearance and starts hugging Ichigo, how Inoue just feels really awkward during this scene. And there's even Chad, who's doing everything in his power to sort of quell her fears, and she claims that everything is just fine. This is also when we get a few more cameos from some other two classic characters. We get to see the return of Yukio, the video game master, and Raruka, the dollhouse-loving crazy lady. This was a really nice unexpected twist. I knew that the Fullbringers were going to return. I just expected it was going to be more on the Tsukishima side of things, but really I'm not going to complain. I really love these two characters a lot, and their abilities combined have actually allowed them to create this secret base inside of this Garganta, which will allow them to slip right into the Soul King's palace while suppressing all of their power and Reiatsu. So that's really freaking useful. And frankly, it's just really great to see these characters together, and just to see all of these multiple factions working together as well, you know? You got Shinigami, you got frickin' Fullbringers, you got Arrancar. They're putting aside all of their differences to try and save the world, and I think that's really interesting right there. So what's the rundown on this week's chapter of Bleach? This was a very fun and simple chapter of the series, which I really liked a lot. First and foremost, seeing Grimjow return is awesome. I didn't expect that we were going to see Nell and the other members of Execution as well. That was a really nice surprise. The opening pages of the chapter were really good, just getting to see the confrontation between Grimjow and Ichigo. They hadn't seen each other for a very long time. You can imagine they really just want to fight with each other quite a bit. And then Nell just jumps in and just sort of destroys the entire tension of that scene. But I'm not going to lie, I got a pretty big laugh out of seeing Nell again. I think she's a really fantastic character. The Execution members, though, I really didn't expect that those two were going to return and combine their abilities together, but I think that's really awesome. I especially love the fact when they're explaining their powers, how they actually don't like the way that they're saying that, and how Raruka is freaked out, how they were able to know everything about them, and how they were able to find them so easily. But the fact that they're going to be able to use these abilities to sort of like sneak in and like have complete power and be completely refreshed when they do that is going to be really useful for this big final battle. And I'd like to imagine hopefully they're going to bring some more people with them, maybe for this big final assault. However it's going to take down, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see it. On the technical side of things, this week's chapter looked really good. There was some very good artwork. It was nice to see those characters return. They still look really awesome, in particular Grimjow, especially that big cover page where you can actually see the Panther's face right next to him. Remember, he is the Panther King. That's really his whole deal. He's awesome. So this was a very nice setup chapter with lots of cool new characters returning, and it just gets me more pumped up for the big final battle against the Soul King. So this week's chapter was great. Lots of returning characters, lots of cool cameos. Oryu is starting to feel unsure of himself about this whole Quincy thing, and the Quincy leader himself is about to get the ultimate upgrade. I really can't wait to see if he literally is going to be black from head to toe, or if they're actually just trying to hide like a secret feature of him. I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna give this week's chapter a 4 out of 5. Check it out, Bleach fans. Whether you used to watch the anime version or you're currently reading the manga, you gotta check out this week's chapter. So I really like this one. I'm really glad that Grimjow returned, but frankly, I'm more excited actually to see the return of Nell. But did you guys have a favorite character who appeared in this week's chapter? Were you shocked to see the return of Nell, Yukio and Maruka? Do you have any other Fullbringer members or Ron card that you want to see in this arc? Please tell me in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching my review. Before you guys leave, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with all of your friends. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and follow us on social media. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, stay dandy, baby.